So now your job is to do number 2, so you're going to do that on your own. I'm going to help you with number 3. And here we have a substance that is called ammonium sulfide. Okay. This is one of the difficult things that a lot of my kids or my students have been having trouble with. What does this mean? And then the parentheses and then the 2. All this subscript number 2 represents is that you have 2 NH4s. So it's going to look like this. You have NH4, NH4, and then you have an S. Okay. So when you find the molar mass, which is the first step to doing this, is that you have to separate all the elements, right? You have nitrogen, hydrogen, and sulfur. And then you have to determine how many you have of each. Okay? How many atoms of each, or how many moles of each. Okay? So here we're going to have NH4 double time. So how many nitrogens do you have? 1 and 2. The next step is to determine how many hydrogens. You have 4 and 4, which is what? 8. And 1 sulfur. The next step is to determine the mass of each, right? So again, you need the periodic table for this. So if you don't have a paper periodic table, you can just find the one on the calculator. And then once you have it, find nitrogen. Right there. The mass here, it says 14.00674. We're just going to round it off to 14. And then hydrogen, so we go back to the table. Right there. 1.0079, so we're just going to round it off to 1. And then the last one is going to be sulfur, which is in the oxygen group. There and down. So we have 32.1. Okay. Alright, so those are the masses of each. We have as such. Now we're going to multiply across. 2 times 14 is 28. I'm going to put 0. 8 times 1, 8. And 32 times 1 is 32.1. We add them up, we're going to end up with 0.1. 8 plus 8 is 16, plus 2, 18, of 1, and then we're going to have 3, 4, 5, 6, so 68.1. So that is your total molar mass. Okay? Total molar mass. So now the thing is that we have to find out what percentage of ammonium sulfide is nitrogen and hydrogen and sulfur. So that's our next step. So these are my parts. Okay, so for example, the part of nitrogen, we're going to end up with 28. We're going to divide it by 68.1. And then, of course, all of this will be then multiplied by 100%. The next one is going to be percent of hydrogen, which is going to be 8 divided by 68.1. And then you're going to multiply that by 100%. The last one is going to be percent of sulfur. And so you'll have 32.1, divided by 68.1 times 100%. And then the last thing is just to calculate it. Of course, you're more than welcome to use your calculator. 28 divided by 68.1 times 100. We have, we end up with 41 point, let's extend it a little bit, 48.12, and then 8 divided by 68.1 times 100, we get 11.75%. The last one, 32.1 divided by 68.1 times 100, 47.14. Okay, you add them all up together, you should get similar or very close to 100. Okay, so those are it. That's what we get for the answers. That's how to set it up. You're going to be responsible for doing 2 and 4.